Welcome to 30 What Now? This is Mel,
And this is Irian.
and we're two millennials in our 30s who are faking it through life.
On this podcast, we'll explore what it means to be a 30-year-old and try to make sense of it all along the way.
We're also new to this whole podcast thing, so if you're keen to see our journey, listen away.
Shall we?
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Did you like the metronome at the start?
Sorry?
Did you like the metronome at the start?
I hated it.
You know,
But I'll just take it out.
Again, tech. If you listen to the previous episode, we're using Mel's laptop. My laptop is God knows where. It's somewhere. It'll show up at some point. But the settings, not my vibe.
Not
my
his vibe. Firstly, my laptop's older, so I think it's quite an elitist thing. I think Aaron's trying to be like Mel is poor, which probably
I don't
true.
know. For the longest time of this podcast existing, we used to record this on my fucking iPad. Again, great to have an iPad. Don't get me wrong. Didn't have a laptop. Couldn't use a laptop if I wanted to.
We're very scrappy. And yeah, we are very scrappy here.
Until we talk about the topic at hand.
Yeah, exactly. And so today's topic of conversation is, what are you owning and paying for? So no. Let's begin with a quote. Not a quote.
Whoa, where did this quote come from?
No. Let's begin with a concept, with something that I heard that really stuck to me, right? And I don't know where I got this from because I wrote these notes a couple months ago.
Is it Oscar Wilde? It's not Oscar Wilde.
No. But someone somewhere said, we are now living in the period where we buy everything but own nothing. So can you guess what we're talking? I already said what we're talking about. So we are talking about how subscription, I guess, play a part in our current everyday life, and why has that been the case? Why are companies favoring subscription models? How has that impacted us financially? And I guess me and Aaron, we've actually decided that we will dive into how much we spend per month on subscriptions.
Yeah, I'm curious. How many subscriptions I have.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so embedded in culture that we have a saying. We have got your question. What are you binging? That term didn't exist before Netflix.
You know when you said
Unless talking about food.
Yeah, you said embedded in culture though. That isn't. When I think about being embedded in culture, I feel like it would have been an older thing, but Netflix, what you're binging is like what? How many years old?
I don't know.
5, 6, 7?
4, 5, just pre-COVID?
Yeah, like it's a very recent thing.
Yeah, but it's embedded into this culture. Very much like saying, you know what? Don't quote me. I don't know what I'm going to say.
But yeah, so yeah, today we're talking about subscriptions, and I was actually reminiscing about how when we were younger, I remember going to the Malaysia Pasar Malam, the markets, and buying a pirated CD of Hilary Duff, and then I was able to listen to this CD over and over again, and all I needed was actually a working radio, but I owned it and I can listen to it whenever I want.
She used to make CDs. She's a singer, obviously.
She's a great singer. Sometimes I listen to Hey Now, Hey Now when I'm sad.
Is she the one in How I Met Your Father?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. She's Lizzie McGuire. Yes. And then
Great show. Such a millennial show.
Great movie.
Oh yeah, great movie.
Kendall Jenner and Kylie Jenner, they for Halloween they dressed up as Lizzie McGuire and the other singer. Can't remember her name. So So yes. And then I also remember back in the day when you had DVDs, all that. We own shit. We used to own shit. When you had iTunes, you used to download shit and you own shit.
I never had iTunes.
Oh, I actually never had iTunes. But people used to do that. I used to download illegally all the time.
I didn't have an iPhone until when Spotify already existed.
Yes. Oh, yeah. But yeah, we used to own shit. And then all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, we don't own anything anymore.
But I think it's... I think it makes sense. I mean, I can understand the argument for and against, but paying less for more choice is what's happening now. See, because back in the day, you'd go and you'd buy a DVD or a Blu-ray or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
it
yeah.
is, and you pay $30. I don't know how much it was cost that money at the time, right? And you own it, but you watch it once, maybe twice. Well, you own it,
Yeah.
but do you really need to own it?
Fair. But I would also argue, so one of the cons, one of the pros for owning stuff is I think people retain quality. You know, we talk about content, like how podcasts everywhere, we are having so many, there's just so much content everywhere. And similar, there's so many movies, so many TV shows, so many music out there. And because no one really owns it, like fine, you can watch a movie once. So does that movie need to be good? Whereas really good movies, when back in the day when you used to own and people cared about quality, you can rewatch something over and over again and you still feel some form of enjoyment.
So what you're saying is people are churning out garbage.
I think people are churning out garbage.
It's fair.
And if you look at Netflix, like even there are articles actually that talk about it, how Netflix nowadays, they release some good TV shows, sure. But amongst the Bridgerton, you get an Emily in Paris, which I love. I still love them. But you get you get Love Is Blind. You know what I mean?
Fucking hell.
You get
It's got an audience.
It's got an audience, but they're not good writing. Okay, maybe not even that. Let's talk about the Hallmark Christmas movies. We're during Christmas time. The Netflix Christmas movies. You're telling me you're going to be rewatching some of these Christmas movies rather than watching some classic, Life is Good. You know, that really sad movie that makes you cry. It's about...
No clue.
I'm just saying, there are really good movies out there, fine. Or even, okay, I rewatch this movie all the time. It's called He's Just Not That Into You.
I've heard of that. I must have watched it.
Great movie. But I don't think, and I would binge watch She's the Man. I would binge watch, the Lizzie McGuire movie. I would binge watch a lot of stuff. I feel like I won't binge watch new things now. Like I binge watch Barbie, but that's because like there are certain movies.
Yeah,
that people
but if
put
you want,
quality
but
in.
if you want access to a variety of movies, you're not gonna buy 100 Blu-ray DVDs.
No, but do we need an access to that movies?
Okay, that's a whole nother topic, which I think we can talk about. But there's a whole nother topic about where you're giving your attention and how streaming services. Maybe there was not subscriptions, but streaming services are taking up too much of our time and attention because they are.
Yeah, but we can. Yeah, but let's not even talk about just streaming services, right? Let's just pause and talk about subscription, just
Okay.
generally. Do you know you can get subscription services for just about anything now, right? You can get one for shaving kits.
Oh yes, and they're apparently very popular.
Yeah. Yep. Coffee beans sometimes, and then
Yes.
back in the day there was there was the controversial heated seat subscription.
Isn't that still a thing for BMW?
I think maybe they took it out. I thought someone took it out.
Yeah.
Can't remember. And in this there's a YouTube video that I watched that stated in 2023 Americans. So this is an American video. Spend about $273 a month on subscription itself.
Spitting facts.
Yeah. So how much would that be in a year? I'm not doing the calculations. So what? 14,000?
What are they
15,000?
What are Americans
1,500.
What are they subscribing to?
So hundo
Also, if it's $273 a month,
a month.
that's over $2,500 a year.
Yeah.
But who's
Sorry.
counting?
So my math was
Just
totally
Who's
wrong.
counting? But,
But yeah, so, and actually that got me thinking. I was like, why are they so popular? Like,
Alright, okay.
fine.
I want to know. Mel, what do you subscribe to?
Okay.
Where's my phone? Hold on.
You're holding your phone.
So,
Okay.
that's one of those moments. Where are my glasses?
So we are doing a live look into our stuff.
All right. I can
actually,
start.
Before that, Arian, why don't have a quick start. What are you subscribed to?
All right. Hold on. I got to log into this thing first. I've got this. All right. Just bear with me a second. I actually don't think and I'm gonna guess.
I
I don't.
know.
I don't think I'm subscribed to many things. When I say not many, I mean it's quite a number of things. It's under 10.
Okay.
I think. Okay, what is my health insurance a subscription?
I think,
I think it's like non-essential.
but life insurance isn't essential.
Whoa.
No, it
Wait,
isn't.
health insurance.
Health
Okay,
insurance
fine.
isn't
It's not.
essential.
It's not essential, but it's
Yeah,
health. All right,
I
okay.
think if we talk about, I even had a breakdown about what essential would be. Essentials are literally what you can't live without. So it would be electricity bills.
Well, yeah. In
Rent.
fairness, you could live without health insurance, but okay. Let's take health out. It doesn't count, right? Cool.
No, I
Okay.
think it does.
Okay, it doesn't count. All right. So, it's in no particular order. It's just the way this list is that I've got tracking expenses. I've got Google One storage
Yes, I've got that too.
for Google Photos. I've got no, that's car insurance. I pay that annually. Bam, 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 bam. Does my monthly Optus bill count? Of course, it doesn't. That's internet. So no Netflix. Okay, so I've got Netflix. I've got Spotify. I also pay for iCloud storage,
Yeah,
$1.49.
yeah,
The only reason I pay for that is because I need to back up my phone and my iPad. But
yeah,
fair enough. I guess I have to pay for it. I have Disney Plus
yeah.
as well.
Are you calculating the number in your head?
I have Amazon Prime
Okay.
as well. I have Uber One
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. Spotify Premium. Have we spoken about that?
Yeah. And that's it.
No.
All right.
No
Wait,
gym memberships.
not at the moment. I would have at some point.
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Let's do this again, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So Google One.
Yeah.
That's one. Netflix, that's 2. Spotify, that's 3. Apple iCloud, that's 4. Disney Plus, that's 5. Amazon Prime, that's 6. Uber One, that's 7. You want to count health insurance? That's 8. Sure.
How much is it? What's the?
Oh.
If you can use a quick math.
Okay. I'm not that good at math.
Approximate. You can like round it out.
22, 32, 36, 37.50, 37.50, 38, 37.50, 47.50, 55, 55 plus, what's this? What's 80 divided by 12?
80 divided by 12. Wait. Is it 12? 10? No, I don't know. 80. Wait, 80 divided by 12. So, wait, 8 divided by 10 is 8.
Let's call it $7.
Okay.
Okay. So, so it's about $65.
Okay.
Plus my health insurance, which is
I think I
obviously more
include health
expensive.
insurance. I include health insurance.
How much am I paying for my health insurance? Mind you, health insurance in Australia, expensive.
It is.
Now, thankfully, we're not the US. I pay $146.
Okay.
So let's say we're around $200 a month
Okay.
of my monthly repayments.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right. Let me have a look. All right. I actually, I think. What did you search for? Did you just search subscriptions?
I track these.
Oh, you do track. I don't. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is
You
gonna
forget,
be
Mel, I'm
interesting.
an accountant.
Okay, so HCF, my private health insurance.
Oh, she's writing it down.
I'm writing it down. $14 for health insurance. My Apple storage is 15 because I've got the bigger storage. Okay.
Fine. Are you going to add some track to subdivision or something with him?
No, I'm just
pen and paper.
pen and papering it. And then is that all that might be
I don't believe you.
HCF health. My health thingy. So life, you know how like I've got life insurance and you've
Wait,
got
hold
health
on.
insurance.
So you've got
private health and life insurance.
you got private health, and,
Yeah.
and you've got what was on prior
Life
to that?
insurance.
Apple iCloud. Or what was on before that?
That's it. So wait, and that's just life insurance within your private health.
No. So you've got
Yeah,
what's the first one?
life insurance.
Okay, life insurance.
Then I have Apple storage.
Okay.
Then I have private health.
Whose Netflix are you using?
I am not using my Netflix. Actually,
Okay.
no. So if anything, you know how Netflix has taken out the ability for you to share passwords. Me and my brother we're just trying to figure out if we can watch things without needing an account.
We're talking LimeWire.
We're talking other stuff, other things. Google One account 2.5. And then obviously my gym. Why is my okay? There you go. Fitness First 40. But Fitness First they do it per
Fortnight,
per
isn't it?
fortnight, so that's 80. I think that's it.
Disney Plus,
Nope.
Amazon?
Don't pay for that. Don't pay for that.
Uber,
Huh?
Uber.
Don't pay for that. Okay, one. So that's 80. So that's
Strava?
100. Nope. Don't pay for that. So that's 15. 250. 250. 250? No. Wait. 251. I still pay. I think I pay more because of gym. And then my.
Yeah, in fairness, I used to pay 60 a week for gym.
Yeah.
I've cut that out for a while.
So I pay similar to the Americans, $250 a week. So, but I did include my private health insurance.
yeah,
which
I don't think that's counted.
if you don't include private health, then I still need to do. Then I would pay 100 and 112.
I actually have a question for you. Why are you paying for life insurance?
Why? Because I don't have.
Don't you pay for it through your super? You got TPD in super.
Yes. No. Why? Why did I pay for this? I can't. I'm not sure.
Separate
I'm
topic.
not sure.
Have
Yeah.
a look.
Yeah. Fair. I
Okay,
mean,
so we've established Mel spends more than me monthly, but because of gym, if I were back on my normal gym routine, I would be spending a whole bunch more. Fair enough. I understand.
yeah. And I am only able to save up on subscription. Actually, lies. We forgot to add some stuff. I will. Oh, actually, I just got a reminder to pay for my frozen eggs recently. So
True.
it's $250 per 6 months. So if you divide 250, it's 64, 10, 64, and then $41. So I do my
That's okay.
subtraction. Yeah. So you add another $41 per month. So $150 with my frozen eggs.
41.66.
Huh?
So about $300
Yeah. Yes. So I pay for $300
every month.
every
Just
month.
breathing, you pay $300.
Yeah. Well, yes.
How much of that? How much of that can you live without?
Live without.
Yeah.
I have already paid money for the eggs, so I have to keep the eggs.
Yeah, I think you should. Obviously.
Yeah. I can.
I'm feeling it's the
gym.
Google. Well, no, I think gym is important unless you've got a gym at home that you're already paying for. But I think gym is important. I think your Google One, your Apple iCloud, your Netflix, like, those are the ones that are truly
I don't have
discretionary.
Netflix.
Fair enough. So really, none of that's discretionary.
Yeah. I mean, so I think with Google, just because I have a Gmail account, if I don't pay for my Google account, then obviously my Gmail, might not be able to receive emails. And obviously emails are important sometimes. And then with the Apple.
I don't know about that. Like, delete your emails from 2012 that you'll never
fine.
see again.
I
you know?
use Google Drive, so you save some stuff there.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then obviously your Apple. I've got how many pictures on my Apple phone?
Oh, I have to tell you this story, everyone. The
Oh.
story of when Mel was away. Oh, I think I
no,
brought this
you
up
have,
before.
you have.
So, Mel, did I tell you what I had to do to resolve it?
What did you have to do?
I had to, because I think they're still in the album.
No, there's not.
I had
So,
to.
in case any listeners aren't aware, I accidentally saved some pictures in our shared album. Luckily,
Saucy.
nothing saucy. I was just to say none of them are salacious.
And so what I had to do was pay more for a month so I could activate the shared album option to exit the shared album. I kid you not. I had to do that. Because Apple only allows you to sync a shared album when you have enough iCloud storage. And I can't exit it if I can't sync it. And I can't sync it because I don't have enough storage.
Sorry.
And so it's okay.
But at the moment, I have 1,5607.
15,600.
15,600 photos,
Jesus.
6,500 videos.
How do you see that number nowadays?
You can just check if you're technologically apt.
2,000 videos. But you know what? Don't know. But I've got less than that. I
Yeah.
assure you.
So I have to keep that. So to be fair, I think if I have to be scrappy, I would cancel my gym. If I have to be scrappy, because I think obviously,
But is it what keeps you sane?
no, not anymore actually.
Because
Um,
some of these subscriptions, you pay for it because it's what keeps you sane. Spotify Premium, for example,
I don't have it.
again, could share it, could do all sorts of stuff. You could go for
Yeah.
the free option, but music's quite important to me because it changes my mindset between this and that and just calms me down when I need to, all that kind of stuff, right? So discretionary but necessity.
But okay, you know how we began the previous episode talking about overconsumption.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why I was thinking whether we have overconsumed, and this actually it's still in line with Spotify and such, right? You are trying to rely on Spotify Premium, nothing wrong with that, but before we jump on this podcast, we even talked about Loop, the earplugs the fashionable earplugs that everyone
Advertising
has
is so aggressive.
so aggressive. But now I feel like lots of people have Loop, and they think it's a requirement, which is also totally fine.
100% not.
But I feel like, are we now relying on more things in order for us to achieve peace? And this is similar to all of our subscription stuff. Are we over consuming so much in order to create this sense of balance in our life?
I haven't consumed anything on Disney Plus in
And
the
then
past
you
2
should
months.
stop paying for this.
I know, but I have a fear of cancellations and just don't.
It's a But yes, but that I think over consuming also makes us fear of missing out. It's the fear of missing out as well, probably.
Well, I think for me it's the convenience, which is really
What
the
convenience you
wrong
get?
thing to say. If I wanted to watch something on Disney Plus, I don't want to go through the hassle of having to sign up again and you know what I mean?
Yeah, fine.
You know?
But you also know, so subscriptions are actually not necessary either, because you can watch lots of free stuff on channel 9 or channel 10
Fair.
stuff. You know when you can watch things online. Anyway, now we've had quite a fair bit of rants about what we have paid for. I would love to give you some, based on my research, some of the reasons why businesses, just really quickly, would want to keep the subscription service. I don't know
Okay.
whether you've ever thought about it. Like, why are businesses doing that, right? So one, it makes expensive products easier to sell. So for example, in the past, Netflix said that if you wanted to buy Netflix as like a service outright, you would have had to pay $2,000. Rather than right now where you pay, how much do you pay for Netflix? I don't know.
Is it 18 now? Something like that?
18 per month. So it makes people more willing to pay more expensive things rather than something outright. Second, it makes business easier to operate and scale because they've got a steady stream of income coming in from multiple sources. Whereas in the past, if you need to sell one big thing, you would then be unsure whether you're able to make that sale every month or every whatever. The third one that I found was it gives businesses an ongoing relationship with a pool of customers. So you can continue to provide your data. They can continue to improve their services and get you to buy more stuff. That's one of the few reasons why businesses, if they can change their business model into subscriptions, they'll do so just so they can continue to suck money out of us.
Well, it kind of locks you in, doesn't it? And I think
Yeah.
I think about Spotify and how I'm locked into Spotify in the sense that it's all about the algos, I think, right? The song recommendations I get are pretty good. They're quite accurate. Maybe not as good as TikTok's algorithm, I'm told, but if I had to move out of Spotify, out of my account and start fresh, I'm sure it can work. It's fine. It's going to take a bit of time, but it'd be a pain in the ass. And so you end up paying for the history that you've built up along the way,
Yeah.
which in fairness you don't own. Again, to your point about ownership, you don't actually own your.
You don't own anything. No, you don't.
No, I don't think so because it's not personally identifiable. I don't think. I mean, it's different too when you talk about the GDPR and the European Union, where you can you have the right to remove your content online. Yada yada yada. I don't actually know how that works in Australia, right? But this is just listening history.
But it's data, it's history that actually makes the company gives them more opportunity to make more money.
Oh yeah, but they're giving you a service.
Yes. But I think it's also what is creating a society that lives in its own bubble. Like if I have Netflix, and obviously if I only watch chick flicks, which you can tell that I do, I'll
And Christmas movies.
Yes, I'll only be recommended chick flicks. Whereas when we are, and I granted, you know, if you used to go into a shop and you buy CDs and DVDs, you'll probably still be influenced by what you normally watch. But whatever that's presented to you, like top 10 movies, like when you went on a rental movie set, store, the top 10 movies isn't going to necessarily be in your genre. Gives you, and maybe opens up your mind a little bit more.
I think this is the beauty of books, isn't it? And walking through a bookshop.
Yeah, yeah.
It-
Buying books, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you use a Kindle, which fairness, I don't actually know many people that use Kindles.
I
to be
used to
honest
have a
with you.
Kindle.
Me too.
It doesn't.
Well,
has,
sorry, I still have a Kindle.
Me too. It has never seen the light of day.
I will carry it on my travels in December, but hardly. And you know, things like Amazon Kindle something or other books, I don't know what it's called, or Goodreads, for example, can
Yeah.
recommend you books based on what you've read and how you've rated the books.
Yeah.
But it's unlike Spotify, where Spotify understands how long you've listened to a song, and therefore tracks how much you like or don't like that genre, that song, at what point in the song that you stopped, and recommend you songs. They do, yeah. Well, because they pay royalties, and don't quote me on this. Feel free to fact check this, but I'm sure there's many other ways that they do this. But they pay royalties to artists after a certain amount of time that a song is listened to. A listen doesn't count until it's been listened for X number of seconds.
That makes sense. I don't know. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So
But yeah, so is the willingness, so is it worth it? So the next question is, do you think it's worth it? Because some people are more careful of how companies are utilizing their preferences and data, right? Because at some point, companies will, it's like back in the day, Facebook copped some flack because they understood how addictive their apps were, and they tried to maximize that addiction and try to get people to be even more addicted to their apps. So they actually didn't abide by their corporate governance, corporate responsibility, by ensuring that the generation of today isn't addicted to their phones. So at some point, corporations will find a way to utilize our information for the worst. And so in this instance, would you still, actually out of curiosity, would you still want to utilize these services knowing that that's going to happen?
use my what services?
Use any of the services. Like if you know that Netflix is going to continue to use your data, and at one point there's a chance that they will use it for the worst. I don't know how. Maybe influence the way you vote, you know, the very topical.
I'm a realist in that, yes, all these big corporations have my data, and that's true. But also that we can't run away from it. I mean, you can, but truly, can you? Like, you, the only thing you'd have at the end of the day is a mobile phone, and that's it. You'd have no social media. You'd have no subscriptions. You'd have no Netflix. You'd not be streaming anything. You wouldn't be. Where are you gonna get a CD? You know what I mean? Like, how will you, maybe you just don't consume content. Maybe you read books. It's fine. I wouldn't. But it's scary because and for you, our dear listeners, if you haven't thought about this, all the data that is out there of you, separated and segregated, so you think it's fine. If you put all that together, there's a digital identity of you that is very easily manipulated.
Yeah.
And it takes, what's the stat now? 5, 10, 30 seconds of somebody's voice to be able to recreate
Recreate
the
it,
voice
yeah.
with artificial intelligence. I mean,
Yeah,
it might not even be me talking, to be honest with you. This could be an AI. Who knows?
We could be.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So, right, anything can happen. To your point about influencing, voting and influencing other people, etc. All very possible.
Yeah.
Will it change the way that I do things? Probably not. Because I like to think I'm somewhat careful. There's always more things we can do and be more vigilant. Yada yada yada. Right? But at some point, we live in a connected world. You can't run away from this.
I feel like I was trying to make it more relevant to subscription services, and I think I veered it outwards. Sorry, listeners.
Well, I don't know if we've ever done an episode on artificial intelligence, generative AI, large language models, and things like that. Possibly not. I think we've teased
No.
it.
No, it would definitely be another episode like this finance episode. That's not really a finance episode.
So, all right. You know what? This is what we're gonna do. Next couple of episodes, next couple of topics. What I do want to do is talk about cost of living on the back of this episode because it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
We're not a finance podcast.
We are not a finance podcast and very financially. We don't own a house. Remember, we don't own a house. Should we even be providing finance advice?
But then I also want to talk about generative AI, where it was 12 months ago, where it is now. I mean, if anybody's used ChatGPT recently,
Oh, I have.
have you noticed the way that it speaks now is very advanced?
I don't use it to hear it speak though. I only just read it.
Because it used to be that you'd have to speak to it when it stops speaking. Now it's just like a person and you can interrupt it. And so we've come, leaps and bounds from where it first started. Who knows where it's going to go? But imagine that with your own identity.
Actually, that's kind of scary.
Exactly.
And that's why I think we might have mentioned it previous. I treat my ChatGPT very well. I'm like, hey, can you help me out? Thank you.
Oh, they're all my friends. They're always. Alexa, thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, well, anyway, this is our episode regarding subscription services. It's a very chill, casual chat. I still think now that I am aware of how subscription is a concept that probably I know it benefits us too, but it does make me more cautious on what things that I feel like owning in the future. I don't know. It's made me look at services and products and things that we own in the world a little bit more differently.
Hasn't changed my perspective.
Doesn't it?
No.
Okay.
Am I broken?
I was like, where do we go from here? No, I think, you know why it changes for me? I think it just makes it seem that it for me ponders the question, are we paying for experiences? And if we are paying for experiences, what experiences are more worth spending money on if we're living in a world that's financially difficult?
Limited resource, and where do you put your resources?
Yeah. Yeah. And if we no longer own anything, what can we own?
Well, I mean, that probably lead pretty well into the next topic we speak about in another part is cost of living. So I might leave it there. And we will catch you next time.
Bye.
Wait.
Not bye.
I want to know what everyone subscribed to, listeners.
Oh.
Shoot it over.
Also, actually, sorry, jumping on that point, what do you think is worth owning? I don't know. If that might be a harder question to ask though. It's probably more of a philosophical question. So if there's any philosophical people out there, in a world where we own nothing, what do you own that you treasured most?
Oh.
I'm in a philosophical mood today. Clearly, maybe.
All right. Look forward to seeing the answers.
Okay. Bye.
See ya.